Hey guys, Super Retro Kid here. I thought I'd make another video about my Samsung Graphics Series G225f CRT monitor. I've seen that on YouTube. My video about using the Super Nintendo with it has gotten quite a few views, so I thought I'd make a video about using the regular Nintendo with it. So what I have for my regular Nintendo, and this regular Nintendo I actually didn't mod myself. This one I actually bought off of a eBay seller named GhostRGB. What he does is he does a modification to the regular Nintendo where he installs a Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 multi-out port, and then it also has like a palette switch then, because the regular Nintendo originally didn't have the capability to do RGB at all, and actually the output that it does is mono audio, and the colors aren't even in like an RGB spectrum. So this mod, with this mod you install a board that outputs an RGB signal, and then what it also does is there's this switch back here, and this switches between different palettes. So what people have done is people have tried to recreate with the board the original color space of the regular Nintendo signal, like in an RGB format, to try to get as accurate to the original as they can. What's cool about this multi-out port is you can use the HD Retrovision Super Nintendo cables with it in order to get component output. So the way that I'm connecting it to my CRT Viewsonic monitor here is I'm using the HD Retrovision Super Nintendo cable to go into that multi-out port, and then I'm using an original power brick. And something that I just found out about is Firebrand X has a link in the Shmups forum about using these triad power supplies, and there's a triad power supply that is the right specifications for the regular Nintendo. So I ordered one of those so that I have a brand new power brick for this. And then inside of here, I'm using my EverDrive N8 from Crix's web store. And the cool thing about this is it gives you save states. So if I do select up, it saves a save state. If I do select down, it loads one. So you can be playing on real hardware on a CRT and have very quick, very accessible save states. So the HD Retrovision component cable is going to an OSSC down there through component. And then that OSSC is going out HDMI to the back of the monitor to a tendak HDMI to VGA adapter. So now I'll fire it up. You'll hear the tube fired up. And then let's see if I get anything. Okay, so it didn't like it. And I think there's a mod called the Blinky Light Win that replaces this cartridge slot to make it more bomb-proof. I don't know, I may end up doing that in the future. Doesn't seem like it wants to read my cart every time. Try it again. Yeah. When it does work, it seems to keep working, but now, of course, when I do make the video, it doesn't want to. Let's try just resetting. Nope. I'm gonna try reconnecting the component cable here. No, See, I think it's this. I think it's the cartridge slot that's the problem. And this was the problem with the regular Nintendo back in the day. Is they did a lot of this kind of stuff. See if we get it here. Jeez. And it's the cartridge slot. So I may end up doing a blinky light win. Jeez, come on. It was working a second ago, I swear. And it'll probably work as soon as I stop shooting this too. Nope. See, I don't think it's the OSSC or anything, but let me try to cycle the power on the OSSC here. Nope, it's definitely the cartridge. So I don't know what I can really do. I guess that'll be another video. Come on. Seeing this cartridge should work perfectly. I mean, it works every time in the AVS, so it's got to be the actual cartridge slot, which had been working pretty consistently until now. Now it just doesn't want to work at all. Yeah, it's all screwed up. Jeez. It almost seems like a video thing though. But I don't think it is. I think it's the cartridge. Well, I guess I'll be doing a video of installing a blinky light wind. Kind of stinks though, I wanted to play it some more. Okay, well this is Super Retro Kid. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, welcome to the future. So what I ended up doing was I took the regular Nintendo apart. I pulled off the cartridge connector, cleaned it with some isopropyl alcohol. The pins appeared to be very clean, but I did accumulate a lot of like black grossness on my cotton, on my Q-tips. Then I put it back together, ordered a blinky light win, which was fortunately only like $30, so I'm going to be putting that in the future. And I forgot to mention that GhostRGB also did a full recap on this as part of his sale, and his mod work looks pretty legit. I didn't see any excessive cable lengths or anything. Then I hooked it up, it still didn't work, so I put the cartridge in and out a few times, and then I fired up and now it's working, so I've just left it on. So now I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like. Let's see here. I'll play Super Mario 3 So this is RGB over the HD Retrovision component cables with an OSSC, and my OSSC is set up for, oh, that's kind of interesting, it's like out of frame. But my OSSC is set up for like, I'm gonna try something here since this is out of frame. Well, let's go to the level. My OSSC is set up with Super Nintendo settings, with a Super Nintendo profile from Firebrand X, with scan lines introduced. It's kind of interesting that there's all this over here. I'm gonna reset this once, because I was playing Zelda earlier, and I wonder if it does that in Zelda, or just another game. Legend of Zelda, let's see. It's not doing that on this menu. Yeah, Zelda's perfect. So that must be like a Mario 3 thing. Interesting. So let's go back. Let's try Mario 1, because I also played Mario 1 earlier, and that was fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. And here I'll kind of show you what the different palettes are. This is what I prefer. I think this looks the best, the most vibrant. But I kind of get what they're doing with these palettes, because the other ones kind of look like what I've seen regular Nintendo look like on different systems. Let's see here. I can find the switch here. So that one's okay. That one kind of reminds me of like being on like some giant flat, or some giant, like when people had like big screens, but they were like rear projection or something. Like those big old monitors. And this one just looks like darker. I don't really like that one at all. I like to put it on this setting. This one I feel is most accurate. And sound, I'm not sure if this mod is doing the pseudo stereo, because I know some people have modded the NES, since it only supported mono originally. They've modded it to do like a pseudo stereo. And it's like really polarizing. Some people like it, some people hate it. So I'm not sure if I'm getting stereo or mono right now, but it sounds good. Oop. So I'll just play for a little bit, let you guys kind of see the picture quality. Feel like it's really high. And then if I do select up, I create a save state, so I can go back by doing select down. It's kind of a good way to cheat through some of these games. Here, I'll show you. So that's one of my favorite features about this EverDrive M8, is having the ability to just swap those save states that quickly. I mean, I think that's better than an emulator. And the fact that you're doing it on real hardware, it's just amazing. I'll do another level with the sound turned up. So I just did another save state. Oh, not my finest drone here. So, a little background on this is this monitor I actually purchased. I found someone on eBay who was willing to meet me about 3 hours drive away, and this monitor was actually originally used for like a MAME arcade cabinet build, and very quickly they decided that they wanted to go to a flat screen, so this monitor never actually saw a lot of use. So this monitor is pretty low hours, and it has a manufactured date. I forget exactly what it is, but it's like 2003 or 2006 or something. So this CRT was manufactured later and didn't see very much use. So I kind of covet this thing, especially with the OSSC and all the flexibility to generate scan lines and manipulate the picture however you want. It's a great monitor for retro gaming. So then this NES, I have a retro USB AVS, but I wanted something that would output component that I could play on my CRTs. So now I have this RGB modded NES with the HD Retrovision component cables, so I can get a component so that I can use like a component switch in my CRT setup. I already have a couple. I have a couple Pelican 3-port mechanical switches that are recommended on HD Retrovision's website. One of them I was able to get new in box for pretty cheap on eBay. So the idea is that I would have my different systems hooked up to a component switcher and then feeding to my CRTs. See, and I really wanted to get a regular Nintendo that I can play on these. Another thing I was thinking that would be interesting in this video is I have the recently released prototype ROM of SimCity for regular Nintendo, and I know I tried playing it on my retro USB AVS and it didn't work. So I wonder if it will work on this, since this is all original hardware. And I actually haven't tried it yet. I just thought of it. So I might just reset this. Maybe I'll beat it, and then I'll try SimCity. Ooh! Save states. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just goofing around here with these guys. Turn the sound up for the castle. I also have a 8-bit DOE retro receiver with a DIY kit inside of an SNES Classic controller. And I'm kind of curious to see how that is on the CRT, see if I notice any lag. Uh-oh. I can't unpause for some reason. What the heck just happened? Oh, I'm not sure what I did. Do I gotta pull the controller out? This thing's acting kind of finicky today. I don't like that. What if I reset? Weird. Now the controller works. And what I just did, I'm scared to pause now. What I just did was I reset the console, loaded the same game, and then I did down and select to reload my save state. So now I'll do the final castle. See, a lot of this quirkiness is why I went with the Retro USB ABS. You know, and one of the reasons that the analog NT Mini sells for so much, I went down the wrong pipe, is because it can do analog and digital and analog and HDMI in one system. So instead of having a $300, $400 NES and a Retro USB ABS for a couple $100, you can just have the NT Mini. Problem is now those NT Minis are selling for like $1,200 on eBay. And there's also the element of jailbreaking them to get a bunch of cords, which I don't really care about. I like Analog's products, but I think the NT Mini is kind of stupid what they did, making it so rare. Sure, if I had one, I'd love it, but see, and every once in a while I see a little glitch on the screen. I don't know if that is something to do with the refresh rate, or if it's just the way the system always was, because this system was never perfect. There we go. Yeah, and then it gives you the ability to start again on a slightly harder setting. And actually earlier today I beat the slightly harder setting for the first time. And then I tried a third time and it was the same as this time the third time. So I'm just gonna reset here. I'm gonna try SimCity, the SimCity prototype. Yeah. It's all screwed up just like it was on my NT. I mean on my my ABS. Unless this is how people play it. I just wanted to select that one. Sure. Too wet you, sure. Input your favorite word, weird. Oh, this looks normal. Okay. So I bet this does work on the on the Retro USB ABS. Where are my power plants? They're not telling me much here. How much are they? Coal's probably cheaper. More residential needed. I believe it. So what I always do is, I guess in residential, commercial, industrial. Yep. Wonder if they grow together like they do in the SNES version. Let's put some commercial. There's also a version of SimCity on the Game Boy. I think it's called like City U. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like a homebrew game, and it's pretty awesome. I'm actually pretty stoked that this thing works. I suppose they probably won't have graphics for like these buildings. Oh, I guess there's this. So I wonder if they will actually have like graphics for them merging together. I don't know how finished this game was. Oh, I do have rail. Let's try to do some rail. Do I have parks? That must be parks. Yeah, every once in a while there's a little bit of graphical glitching, but you know, it's so hard to know whether or not it's my system or not, because I mean, it's regular Nintendo, it's an unreleased ROM. A stadium, or I suppose I don't have the ability to do it. Or this is the stadium. Boy, they didn't make it very big. I don't need. It's a stupid thing to buy right now, but I'm gonna. Wonder if I can adjust the speed. What options are up here? Yeah, speed. Yeah, it's pretty much Super Nintendo one, you know? Yeah, even as the disasters. Probably just needed a game I can even save in my city. They probably just needed a system seller for the Super Nintendo, and oh crap, I need to bulldoze. Where's my dozer? Okay. This is cool though. I really like this. Let's see, parks. Should probably make a way to just get up there or through there. I got a stadium, I probably want a police department. Probably not right next to it though, because it's going to make commercial buildings and stuff really grow. You know, it's just like the real world where all the businesses and stuff around the stadium just thrive. I suppose I can do that. Don't want to ruin my parks. So I'll save, show you guys another game. Let's see here. How about play a little Zelda? I was playing this earlier. That just looks sick. So this is a better signal than we ever had. Gosh, I don't remember how. There's some sort of glitch here. I forget what the deal is, but you can like cheat. Something with like saving, doing it, saving again or something. You can like keep your money. I mean, you can just like infinitely make money here. So I'm not gonna mess with it. So I'd probably want to exploit that. Oh, I was gonna buy a candle. I don't think I ever bought a candle. Oh, maybe that's not where I bought it. Candle lets you burn down bushes, which there's a lot of hidden money places that you can get by burning down bushes. So once you get that candle, you can make more money. Well, so that is the regular Nintendo with the RGB mod on the Viewsonic Graphics Series G225f CRT monitor. Super Retrocade, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time, I'll be putting a blinky light win in this, so I'll probably make a video of that. And let me try powering it off once and back on, see if it still works. Yeah, see, now we're on a roll. Thanks for watching. Bye.